First thing I've got to ask, what has brought you to Barbados, to Fintech Islands? What are you doing here? What's the appeal?
What's the appeal? Look, I think there's so much that's exciting about what's going on in the Caribbean, and the opportunity to work with entrepreneurs and people who are trying to do important things and to build really good companies. So I think the potential is always one of the things that's very attractive. I love people who are trying to build businesses. It's something, they're my tribe. You know, I feel at home when I'm around people who are trying to do things that are going to make and solve some of the big problems in the world. You know, I also, it's an honor to be able to come here and speak and talk about the subject that's really I'm passionate about, which is accountability. And one of the things I've found in the companies that I've built and in my personal life, and I've seen it time and time again across the world, no matter where you are, is that accountability is a prerequisite for success. It's if you have a good accountability system or a good accountability in your organization, and you have an accountable culture in your organization, you can do anything.
I'm looking around Barbados and going, wow, the opportunity here. I know it sounds stupid, but seeing all the buildings and the space and the people,
right?
There's a big opportunity here to solve lots of problems.
Yeah, they are, and you know, the islands and the Caribbean have unique challenges, as we all know, and as does every area of the world. You know, every culture, every country has its unique challenges to doing business, but there's a fundamental sameness, if that's a way to put it, of the problems that we all face as entrepreneurs, right? And we do face similar challenges. We might be operating in a different place, but we face the same challenges. And so, again, going back to what I work on, what I work with companies on, is putting the things in place, the fundamentals and the systems in place that we all need. It doesn't matter where we are, but if we don't have those systems in place, then your chance for success is almost zero, because 90% of businesses across the globe fail. Startups fail at an alarming rate. And so as an entrepreneur, you really should be interested in, what can I do to give myself a competitive advantage? What can I do to make it, give me more of a chance of success? Because we know lots of businesses fail, and again, there's some fundamental reasons why they fail. Accountability is the number one reason.
Amazing. Right, I want to talk a little bit about yourself, because you've dropped a few places for you. Yeah, I live there, which is incredible. Who are you? Who are you? Why should we care?
I'm an entrepreneur, and I have been all my life. I started in diplomacy and working with USAID. I moved into building an international toy company, which made product for a science museum in the UK. It made product for Animal Planet. It made product globally for different toy companies. I sold that in 2014. And one of my mentors, Marshall Goldsmith, who is the #1 executive coach in the world, said, Rhett, I think you should become a coach. I think you should help other companies figure out what you figured out and how to be successful. And so that started me down a journey of figuring out what that really meant. We started in 2015, started Accountability Inc., which is the company now that I'm the CEO and co-founder of. But I'm also blessed to be able to be on stages across the world to talk about accountability and entrepreneurship. I've been fortunate to write a few books that have done pretty well, and I write for Forbes. I get to write a column every week on leadership and entrepreneurship. So that's what I do. Who am I? At heart, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a father, and I love coming to new places and seeing and talking to people who are trying to solve problems, and that's what I love. That's who I am. That's at heart as an entrepreneur.
Right. Now, see, Fintech Islands is actually, every person I've spoken to here, it's not about fintech, but they're kind of interested in that field. So I've had some health insurance kind of fintech people. Mm-hmm. Obviously, you know, your background, toy making, which I love, by the way. What's the fintech appeal? What's the fintech appeal here?
I think, look, technology and Web3 and blockchain and fintech, and there's health tech now, edutech, all of that is about solving problems. And I think, we're specifically here talking about fintech in a lot of these sessions because fintech has the ability, I think, to give people a chance to get in the game, right? It helps people, it can help regular people who the traditional banking system has left behind. It gives them a chance to participate in investing, in moving money, doing commerce. One of the challenges is I lived in Africa for a while, and one of the major challenges of business in Africa was they couldn't do business with the rest of the world because the banking system didn't have the capacity to help them, right? You couldn't move money from here to there. You couldn't make a purchase of a product or sell a product and receive the funding. And so fintech has the ability to give people, whether it's in the Caribbean, whether it's on the African continent, whether it's in Central America or South America, it gives the ability of those people to do business globally, and I think that's exciting.
Amazing. Now, I appreciate we're only a few hours into it, but how have you found the whole conference so far?
I think it's right on the mark. I mean, I was just leaving a conversation with Delta Capital, and they're talking about some exciting things that they're doing here on the islands that are just going to give these businesses so much more ability to do things globally, and I think that's exciting.